Hi everyone, and welcome to today's pick a card reading. In today's reading, we're going to take a look and see who is it that you're going to end up marrying. So when it comes to love and marriage, we're going to take a look and see whether you are yet to meet your future spouse, and if so, we'll see if we can get a time frame as to when that might be, or whether you might have already met your person and you might be currently dating this person, or you might be romantically involved with this person. So we'll take a look at the time frames when you might experience a greater commitment, such as marriage, and who is it that you're going to end up marrying, what he or she may look like, what you can expect from this commitment and from out of this relationship. So before you, there are 3 groups here. Take a moment, decide on which group you would like to go with. There is group 1, 2, and 3, and once you've chosen, I will meet you on the other side of it. Group number 1, marriage is certainly in the cards for you, and from what I'm picking up, I definitely feel like group number 1, you're going to end up marrying your best friend. I know there are some cards on the table here which may irk you a little bit, and I'll get to those cards shortly, and I'll get to what I think they may mean for you and for the future of this relationship, for the future of this marriage. But more importantly, let's focus on the Lovers card for now. You are going to end up marrying your best friend. You're going to end up marrying the person that you need, okay? The time and the connection that you will have and you will share with this individual is going to be nothing short of amazing. And this is someone whom you think of, or you will think of, as your closest friend. This person may be in your life right now, and they may be playing quite an active role. They could be your best friend now, okay? For others of you, this is someone who hasn't crossed your path just yet. This person has not entered your life just yet. So your future spouse, you haven't crossed paths with him or her. And I'll explain why not just yet shortly. But just going back to the connection between you and this best friend, this is someone that you're going to spend a lot of time with. I see you spending a lot of, I see you spending almost every day with this person, and I see you both growing together in your relationship. I feel like you're going to be friends first. They're going to be your best friend, and then priorities are going to shift. Something in the connection will shift, where you will start seeing them in much more of a romantic light. Now, I mentioned for some of you, I don't feel like this person is in your life just yet. And because of the 10 of Swords and the Death card, as well as the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles, I feel like the reason why this person hasn't entered your life just yet is because you don't have room in your life for this person, okay? And what's happening is, group number 1, a lot of you may be going through a phase in your life, and you may have been going through a chapter in your life, and you still may be going through it, where you have lost friends, or you feel like you're losing friends, or you're losing certain people in your life. The reason why this is happening is because your priorities are changing. You are growing as a person. And the reason why some friends are just happening to fall away, or some friendships are happening to just fall away, is because those people are not meant to go, they're not meant to accompany you on the next journey, okay? These people are not meant to go, they're not headed where you are. They were only ever able to accompany you on just a certain part of your journey. And the truth be told, some of these people you've outgrew, okay? They're not bad people, but they've just got nothing. There's just nothing that they can provide for you, and there may be not much else that you can provide for the friendship or for the connection, okay? So this is why you have, or this is why you are losing certain friends or certain connections. And in doing so, you are creating room, and you're creating like the physical space and the emotional space for new people to enter your life. Okay, people who are in alignment with your journey, who are in alignment with your soul's purpose. How will you know who this person is? Let me tell you, this person who is coming into your life, or maybe this person is already in your life, this is the one person who is going to stay constant. Okay, so when all your priorities change, when your body changes, when you glow up, when you start, when you start prioritizing certain things in your life, when you start shifting your priorities, when you start outgrowing certain people or certain situations, this one person is going to stay a constant in your life. This is your best friend. This is your other half. This is the person that wants to see you succeed. This is the person that wants to see you win. This is the person that wants to see you happy. Okay? And there is something about this person's eyes that when you look at this person's eyes, they look at you with love. They look at you with love, and they look at you with this reassurance. For some of you, group number one, I'm getting that maybe you cry, like you cry late at night, and your eyes, maybe as you're watching this video, your eyes may be stinging from tiredness or for just crying too much. You have to realize that everything that you're going through right now, or everything that you have gone through, is leading you to become the person that you're becoming, and is also leading you closer to this person. This is someone who's going to be very loving, very supportive. This is a relationship that is going to be very nurturing, and it's going to be very healthy. And I feel like this relationship is going to be very, very different from any other relationships you've had in the past. And I'll tell you why. Because in the past, you've always had a certain type. And if you find yourself that you've dated, different people, but you end up in the same kind of a relationship, it's because you keep sticking to your type. And let me tell you something about your type. Your type of person has certain traits, characteristics, and qualities. That's why you keep gravitating to your type. That's why you keep gravitating towards that type of a person, okay? And a certain type of person is going to give you a certain type of a relationship, is going to make you feel a certain way. This person is not your type, okay? And I know that may sound a little bit strange or even a little bit off-putting to someone else, to some of you watching this, but this person is a little bit different. They may not be your usual type. They may not be the type that you normally go for. But this is exactly why this is going to work. Okay? And this is why I said at the start of this reading, for some of you, there's going to be like a shift. For some of you, this is the best friend that you grew up with, or this is your best friend, and you might be listening to the reading and, you might go, okay, but you've never seen them in a romantic kind of way, that just seeing them in the romantic way might ick you a little bit. But there is going to be a shift where you're going to see this person, even though they're your best friend, and you've never looked at them romantically, something will shift, something will just click within you where one day you will look at them in a romantic kind of way. You will look at the friendship as a potential to be something romantic. Okay? And that's exactly why this is going to work. Because this person, because they're not your type, they're not the type that you usually go for, or they're not the type of person that you will look at in a romantic kind of way, they have something to offer you that you never knew you were missing out on. Okay? And that's exactly why this relationship is going to work, because the type that you normally go for in the past, you normally go for those types, those types of people, but those relationships have never worked out, right? But when you try something different, which is what this person is going to be for you. You know, they may look very different than what you're typically attracted to. They may have very different interests and passions as you do, but there's just so much learning and there's just so much growing that is going to happen and take place in the relationship, that's exactly what this person is bringing. This person is bringing a very fresh, it's like a very fresh energy. It's a very different perspective and take on things, and this person may have different interests, but those, and they may even have like a very different personality to you, but it all complements. Like there's such a beautiful complement. There's like a yin and a yang kind of energy, and there is a beautiful synergy as well that I'm seeing in this reading. But this is the type of person that is, you're going to watch them grow, okay? You're going to watch this person grow, and I feel like the two of you are just going to stay awake to chat about your day, even though you just want to, you know, close your eyes and go to sleep. This is the type of person that listens. This is the type of person that tells you you're amazing, that laughs. And even if you end up having children, okay, because I do feel like I see there is children. So they may have a child, or you may have a child from a previous relationship, or you might end up having children together. But this person will always remind you of the couple that you guys are, okay? This person has a very playful energy. And this is someone that you are going to enjoy your time with on this journey. And this is why some of you, especially group number 1, why the energies of heartbreak or pain, loss or suffering is very present. I feel like you need to go through, you need to understand defeat. You need to, you know, go through, experience loss, experience pain, experience like abandonment, sensitivity, because that experience that encompasses pain and loss and suffering and struggle, that experience is the catalyst to your growth, okay? And if you are single, group number 1, as I do this reading, if your best friend is not in the picture just yet, they're in the vortex, but if they're not in the picture just yet, you need to work on you, okay? Because this pain is useful. It's helping you evolve. It's helping you become, like, all the heartbreak, all the suffering, all the rejection, or all that pain that you've experienced, and even like losing people in your life, because I'm picking up that very strongly in the energies, you know. It may feel like these people are rejecting you. It may feel like they're abandoning you, but let me tell you, nothing people ever do is about you. It's all about them. They're projecting, okay? So they're not rejecting you. The universe is redirecting you onto someone else, okay? Some friendships, some connections, you outgrow them. And holding on to them would be like a tree holding on to like dead leaves, right? You need to let the process do what it's here to do, which is to help you grow and to help you evolve. So the pain that I see present in the energies here is certainly a growth, is certainly a catalyst for your growth, so that even though, yes, you're losing something, you may have experienced a recent heartbreak, a loss, a separation, a disconnection, a relationship might have failed and not ended up as you want it to, but that you're losing that so you can gain this. You're losing that so you can gain all of this. You can gain the best friend. You can gain that beautiful, loving connection. You can gain someone who's loving and supportive and caring and understanding. Okay, so there is a relationship that I feel like has torn you to shreds here. There is. But I think right now it's important for you to look inwards. I feel like some of you may have recently experienced a breakdown or a bit of an like an emotional rock bottom. But I'm seeing that you're going to experience a breakthrough. Because some of you, you want to attract this perfect partner, right? And you know, there's a lot of specificity here. You know what your person, what you want your person to look like. You know how you want them to behave, what what you want them to do. And you know how you want your future spouse to show up as. But let me pose you a question. Do you know how you're showing up as? Like, you want your partner to be successful. Would you consider yourself a success? And look, people have varying definitions of success. Would you consider yourself, like, are you showing up as the greatest version of yourself? I'm not asking you to compare yourself to anyone out there. I'm asking you to compare yourself to you, the greatest version of yourself. Are you showing up as that person? Because in order to attract the things that you want to attract in your life, you have to embody those qualities. You have to be that person. If you want to attract the greatest version of your future spouse, you got to show up as the greatest version of you, right? So this is why I feel like you are suffering, or you have suffered this heartbreak, this relationship, this loss, and you are going through pain, because the pain is helping you grow. The pain is showing you, the pain in the failed relationship is showing you what's not working, and it's giving you a contrast of what you don't want. Okay, so you know what you don't want, but do you know what you do want? And are you, and if you want to attract a certain type of person, someone who's successful, someone who's loving, someone who's supportive, someone who's compassionate, caring, kind, gentle, but are you all of those things for your future spouse? Can you sit here confidently today and say that you're all those things? That's why it's so important for you to work on yourself, work inwards, okay? Start on the inside, and then your outside is going to change. And in order for you're going to feel, especially group number 1, for those of you who are experiencing pain or sadness, nothing is forever, okay? You are going to experience immense joy and happiness, but, and this is, the sucky part, you need to know pain to get there. And the other thing is, you are responsible for your emotional and psychological self-affliction, okay? Some of this pain is self-induced, self-inflicted. It is. Some of this pain is like you keep attracting the same type of person who breaks your heart, who has the same type of characteristics. They may be controlling, they may be manipulative, and you keep gravitating towards the same type of person. And it's like, okay, you didn't learn the first time, you're not learning the second time, hopefully the third time's a charm. So some of it is self-inflicted, and you need to start taking responsibility. Okay, just want to circle back more to this beautiful energy that I see for you. This does have the energy of possibly it's like a soulmate or a twin flame connection, and maybe this is where the pain as well, the energies of pain is coming through. Twin flame connections are very intense, whether you believe in them or not. They can be very intense, and twin flames often enter your life to help you grow. They will push you way outside your comfort zone. They will push boundaries. They will help you grow. They will help you evolve. This person feels that this person is going to hold up a mirror, and in the mirror they're going to reflect back to you all the qualities that you possess and are proud of, and all the qualities that you want to possess. Okay, they're gonna shine a light on you, on some of the like shadow aspects of yourself, so that you can work on those shadowy aspects. This is someone who also has experienced a lot of loss in their life. They may have experienced like a recent passing of a loved one, or someone very close to them. This is someone who, or there is someone that they've lost quite early on in life, and that person's passing has affected them very profoundly. Okay, this is someone who keeps a small circle of family and friends. They believe in quality over quantity. This is someone who is very resilient. I see this person as being very competitive, but they're competing not against other people. They're competing against, the past versions of themselves. And I feel like I'm picking up the book Atomic Habits. If any of you are familiar with the book, I feel like this person is like a big advocate for Atomic Habits, the book written by James Clear. They may even bring this up to you. You might be reading this book right now. If so, I feel like it's not a coincidence. This is someone who, they have a bit of a, I see that there's like a cloud above this person, and I don't mean this in a negative way, like a cloud or a dark energy, and that darkness could represent grief. The person that I feel like they've lost, or a part of their identity they may have recently lost. It could be that this person has an air of mystery or enigma. Okay, so I don't think it's a bad thing, but it comes up that they may be shrouded in mystery, shrouded in enigma, or that they have experienced grief, which I feel like is something that they're still learning to deal with, and it may be following them like a dark shadow. I feel like they're a self-made, like I feel like they're a self-made millionaire, or they're really self-made. I feel like this is someone who has come from nothing, maybe has lived in poverty, or has been in the past very poverty stricken, has grew up in a poor neighborhood, or just even like with poor mental programming, and because they haven't had a lot in life, it's motivated them to do more, to become more. Okay, so to accomplish more. I feel like they carry a bit of a rags to riches story. This is someone who's very generous. They could be a Libra. I'm getting a lot of air energy, so Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But Libra is coming in very strongly. Very intellectual. They could have a gift of the gab. Sales. They could be in sales. But I feel like whatever profession they're in, I feel like they did it on their own. They've taken some big risks in life, some of which haven't paid off. Okay, sometimes they've bet on themselves, and that gamble didn't necessarily pay off. But I feel like this person understands that the biggest risk is playing it safe. So, they chalk it up to that being a loss, being as an experience and a lesson. They've taken other risks which have paid off handsomely. So I feel like this person is like, they bet on themselves. And I feel like they have gone in the past, they were involved in a situation where they lost a lot of money. And it's not because like it was it had anything to do with gambling or anything, but it's like they may have lost their home, or they may have lost their job, they may have lost their life saving, could be like due to fraudulent activity that they, unfortunately stumbled upon, or, due to a loss, or some sort of like financial loss, a job opportunity. But what they've never lost is that hope, that, that will to get, that will that things are going to get better. Okay, that will to will themselves to a better position. So yeah, rags to riches story. I also feel like this person has experienced a major transformation, or maybe experiencing a transformation. Okay, so, and I think that what I'm like feeling here very strongly is that you and this person you are mirroring each other's journeys. So even if you haven't crossed paths, they're kind of going through similar things than what you're going through. They're kind of sharing similar emotions, or similar experiences. Like somehow your journey is a little bit similar. And I just feel like somehow, maybe it's your mentality, maybe it's like you're very different in many ways. You could be very different, but in a lot of other ways, and I think it's more your like that spiritual energy, you're quite similar. this person is the mirror to, they're the key and the mirror to your happy life, to your happiness, to, you know, this happy marriage. I feel like this, when is it that you might be getting married? I feel like this marriage is possibly, it'll come after quite like a dark night. You know the all is lost moment in movies? The dark night of the soul, that valley of despair. After you have this valley of despair moment in your life, after you feel like, and it'll be that valley of despair moment that will make you really look inwards, concentrate, like really concentrate on yourself. And when you start changing inside, your outside world starts changing too. So after you have that, you know, valley of despair moment, I feel like this is when this relationship will start to emerge and really start to blossom. So it could be during, like, you might get married with this person during the summertime or during the spring when the flowers are blossoming, when there's like a certain warmth to the energies. But it could also be, the way that I could also interpret this is, you know, after that, after you've hit your all is lost moment, after you've hit emotional rock bottom and you decide to pick yourself back up, this is when you'll meet and connect with this person. And marriage is going to come shortly after. I don't think you're going to wait for, like, you know, an extensive period of time to get married. I just think when you know, and the both of you, you're just gonna, your feelings are just going to be so organic towards each other and towards marriage. And I really feel like this is going to be a traditional type of a relationship. It's going to be very balanced. I feel like this person could have a scar or a tattoo. They may have had an operation which has left a scar. It may be fading, but I think that's quite, it's like quite prominent. Or they could have a tattoo which they got removed and maybe has a scar. They did horse riding as a kid, or they may, I'm getting cowgirl kind of energy about them. Maybe they're really into like wearing like a cowgirl hat, cowboy boots. I did mention there's something dark about them, but I think it's that energy of mystery. It's that mysterious kind of energy that is definitely going to intrigue you. That's going to be part of their allure. They've got siblings, but there's some sort of tension or rivalry in their family. They may not get along with all of their siblings. This is someone who, I mentioned that they're very generous, and I feel like they give back what they receive. And it's funny because this person has always had enough, because they believe in this balance and they believe in working in synergy with the universe. They may not have like any really strong beliefs. They may not be overly religious, but they may just believe in like karma and just being a good person in general. But for some, I do see that even though they may not be really religious, they may be quite spiritual, or just, how do I say this? They may be like very spiritual, or they just have their own way of believing in things, and it just works for them. Like they may have their own beliefs, like believing that being a good person, a good decent human being is important, right? Like they have they value certain characteristics. They have certain values that they like to honor and uphold, if they're not necessarily religious or spiritual. I feel like there's some sort of charity. So even it may be because their energy is very charitable, or I feel like they're going to some sort of charity that they've founded, or they like to donate a lot. The marriage, I feel like, is taking place outdoor. outdoors, or I did say during the warmer winter time, and I feel like during the warmer the summer or spring months, and I see someone very close officiating the marriage. This could be a relative, a family member, a close friend. This person could, I feel like you grew up at a distance. Like they may have lived at one point in their lives, they may have lived overseas or lived really far away from you. And it's funny how, you know, they may have grown up on one side of the world and you grew up on the other, and yet you found your way to each other. There's at one point in time there's been a huge geographical distance between you and this person. The number 5 is significant. They could be born on, they may have been born on the 5th. They may have been born in the 5th month of the year. So maybe May. I'm getting strong air energy. I'm seeing initials, the letter V. So it could be a name, okay? Victor, Vicky, Valentina, Val. Vivian. VA is coming up very strongly as well. VA, AV maybe. Five. The letter X as well. I don't know, they may have like an X tattoo, or I don't know, there's an X here. Lewis could be a middle name, or could be like Lewis could be the name of like a sibling or a close friend to this person. It could be their name or their middle name or someone very close around them, Lewis. But X, I don't think X is in their name. I think X is more like some sort of image that I'm seeing. I is another, so Irene, Ian, so VI, IV. Okay guys, I am going to leave it at that. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for your energy, your time, and your attention. Okay, group number 2, this is your reading. The person that you're going to end up marrying is giving off very strong soulmate energy, very strong soulmate vibes. This is a person with whom you're going to have a very special and a very unique connection. And because of the Wheel of Fortune, this is a connection that, you know, it is seen as something that's predestined. This also feels like, because you've got a lot of pentacles, right? You've got a lot of pentacles, so a lot of circular objects. You've got the Wheel of Fortune and you've got the Moon. This gives off an energy of an eternal bond. So this is someone that you're not only going to end up marrying, but this is also someone who I feel like is going to be your forever person. The energy exchange between you and this person is very intense. It's going to be very strong, very undeniable, okay? And you are going to feel a very deep and a very immediate connection to this person. You are going to be drawn to this person for reasons that you can't explain, or reasons that might not even make sense to you. There is going to be something about this person that is just going to feel really eerily or oddly familiar to you. So when you meet this person, or when you cross paths with this person, or if you've already crossed paths with this person, then you just, I guess you know what I'm saying, because you can feel this it's like this sense of recognition. It's like you've known them from before, or it's like they feel familiar. It just feels like you have known this person for forever, even though you've just met them recently, right? This is going to be a very emotional connection, as much as it is going to be a very strong physical connection. And the attraction, let me tell you, the attraction is going to be mutual. You're going to be very attracted to this person, but it's going to be a very emotional connection as well. You're going to feel like at first you may find yourself acting a little bit like awkward around this person, because you are just that insanely attracted to this person. Physically, they're coming across as someone very attractive, someone very good looking, someone whom you might even feel like they may be a little bit out of their league. It's just a very, like, out of your league, sorry. It's a very strong attraction. But it's also like, I feel like you're very emotionally attracted to this person as well. So it's just, it stems beyond just the physical sexual attraction here. There's a lot of complexity to this person's nature. I feel like there's so much more than meets the eye. And I feel like the longer that you will get to know this person, the more that you will learn about them and about yourself. Communication is going to feel very effortless, very natural. And I think there is a very deep understanding of each other and an acceptance of each other, even if you don't necessarily even if you don't necessarily agree or share the same passions for what they do. You will accept them. You will accept them as they are. You will accept what it is that they're passionate about, and vice versa. This is a very strong mutual connection, a very strong mutual attraction. Okay. There is this, I'm going to say it, but I don't necessarily agree with it. I think people are, let me just preface this by saying people are complete on their own. But for a lot of you, and this is how you guys feel, some of you are going to feel, so I just want to put it out there. A lot of you are going to feel like there's this sense of completeness and wholeness when you meet this person. Like you feel like they complete you, or they're going to complete your world, or they're going to complete, your soulmate journey. That's the kind of energy that you're going to feel around this person. A very strong feeling, a very strong immediate feeling when you will meet them. So if you've already met this person, you know what I'm talking about when I say like your body, like your physical and your spiritual body is going to react to this person very strongly. Yes, it could be, the hormones and the pheromones and all of that, but there's just some sort of familiarity, recognition that I'm putting it down to this being a soulmate connection. A very intense connection that is going to go beyond the physical attraction. So whilst this person is extremely good looking, like I feel like they're very good looking. Okay, this is someone who likes to really take care of themselves. This is someone who has a lot of pride. They have a lot of pride, okay, and they hold themselves to a certain standard. They hold other people to, to a high standard, but they hold themselves to a high standard as well. At first, you might find yourself extremely nervous around this person, purely because the attraction is undeniable. But find comfort in the thought that they're just as equally attracted to you, that they're thinking the same things that you're thinking. There's this intense and mutual respect and understanding for each other, and like each other's passion, each other's individuality. So whilst you may share a lot of similar things in common, you're going to have some of your own things that you're going to like to do, and they're going to have, their own things that they like to do. And I think there's this appreciation for each other's personal growth, each other's sense of individuality, and each other's like personal space. So although I see a shared passion for similar interests and values, there are going to be, you are going to want to do your own thing. So for example, some of you, I'm getting artist energy. So you could be an artist, an author, a writer, a painter, a musician. You could work with, I don't know, you could be someone really crafty. I'm picking up a little bit of that energy. And they're going to give you the space to do that, the space to nurture your artistry. Or maybe this is the person that you're meeting. This is someone who is very creatively and artistically inclined. There may be a painter, an author, a writer, a filmmaker, a photographer. Photography is coming up really strong. If they don't do it for a profession, then I feel like they're really good at it. They have a keen eye for detail. But yeah, just going back to what I was saying earlier, that strong artist energy is coming up. So this could be you, this could be them, or the both of you are artists. You know what they say, like attracts like. And the both of you just have this respect for what each other does. Even if you don't necessarily understand it, you'll want to understand it. You'll want to learn about each other. This is a very special type of a connection. This is a very intense emotional bond. It's a very deep love that is going to transcend time. It's going to transcend space and circumstances. Okay? This connection is going to be stronger than the circumstances. You're both going to want to bring out the best in each other. You're both going to want to see each other win. So you're both, like, you're encouraging each other's success, each other's personal growth, each other's accomplishment. There are going to be some challenges that you will experience, whether in your own individual journey or in the journey with each other or in the journey to getting to each other. But I see that you are going to overcome your journey, overcome your challenges, okay? Whether with the help of each other or whether before the two of you arrive to each other. A lot of pentacle energy, so we are getting strong earth energy. Taurus is coming through very strongly. You could be a Taurian watching this. You could be attracting a Taurus. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very grounded. This person is very practical, very grounded. Whilst to the person watching this, you may be that artist who has their heads in the heads in the clouds, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this person's feet is firmly planted on the ground. Because of the Pentacles energy, because of this particular card, the Three of Pentacles, let me tell you, I mean, so far everything sounds so great, right? But no relationship is immune from its challenges. So, you know, there is no magic wand that any of us can wave and it just makes everything, you know, it just makes everything better, or it can just produce a healthy relationship. Fortunately, it doesn't work that way. But I feel like the both of you are definitely going to want to work on each other, for each other, and for yourselves. And you're going to work on building the best relationship that you can. So you're open to growing, you're open to getting to know each other, you're open to building a healthy relationship. Home is coming up very strongly, so that could mean you might feel at home when you meet this person or whenever you're with this person. That can mean you can easily be yourself, you can let your guard down, you don't have to filter yourself for this person, you're comfortable to share, you know, the most intimate parts of you, the most intimate versions of you, your thoughts, your feelings, all of your experiences, all of which is going to really play in strongly into building this connection and deepening this connection. There's a huge energy of belonging. So you may feel like this person just gets you. They understand you. They accept you. And vice versa. I said it's mutual, so please keep that in mind, because it just feels like the both of you are on the same page, on the same chapter. You're both in the same book. There's an energy of, and this is very typical of soulmate energies, but there's an energy of coming home to this person. So you may feel like when you're with them, you may get this sense that you're coming home to them. It may sound weird to some of you listening to this now, but you'll know exactly what I mean when you meet this person and when you eventually come home to this person. There could be a bit of a homebody, okay? I feel like it's more this person's energy, but because you're similar in so many ways, could be you also listening to this. So a lot of, like, could be naturally introverted, could be an extrovert, introvert, but I feel like they like to spend a lot of time at home. And the home that you're going to be creating with this person feels very like homey. It feels very cozy. So you're big on like staying inside, watching a movie, you know, cooking meals together, like feathering your nest, that kind of energy. You could be building a home with each other, like from scratch. There's a bit of an architect energy to this person. So they may be in design, they may be an architect, they may be a builder, they may be in construction, but I'm getting a bit of that energy. I'm getting that this person also likes spending time in nature. They respond very well to nature, so they could be really into like beach walks, hikes, picnics, just spending a lot of time outdoor, a walk through or a stroll through the park. I said beach, didn't I? So yeah, a lot of like outdoor energy. They have a green thumb. I feel like they really like gardening. I'm seeing a lot of plants around this individual, and all the plants are thriving. So a bit of a green thumb. They like to, yeah, they're very big on energy. You know, the energy that you give off is the energy that comes back. They're big, yeah, they're big on that. There's a very down-to-earth energy about this person, because I feel like they are wealthy, or they're coming across as someone who is like, who's achieved success in their life, who's worked very hard to get to where they are. They could have their own business, they could have their own company, they could be like, you know, managerial status, CEO status. I feel like they have abundance in their energy. But they're very down to earth about it. They're very practical. This is someone who lives within their means. Okay? I don't get this person as a very showy, like show-offy kind of energy. This is someone who's very motivated. So he or she, they certainly have achieved their goals, their dreams, and you know that they obviously still have some more goals and dreams that they want to achieve and work towards, but they're going to push, like they push themselves to be the best version of themselves, and they'll want to push you to be the best version of yourself. I feel like what's really beautiful about this connection, guys, group number 2, is that neither of you are trying to change each other. You're not trying to change how each other looks. You're not trying to change each other's future goals and aspirations, and neither of you are trying to manipulate into being someone that they're not. It's just this beautiful of energy where you're recognizing each other for who you are, and you're appreciating each other's individuality, you're appreciating each other's uniqueness. Okay? They're not trying to change how you dress, you're not trying to change how they speak, they're not trying to change how you behave, you know, neither are you. You just both understand each other, and that's rare. I feel like that's really rare these days, so this is why this is something so special. They're going to be a very, and I guess this makes sense, they're going to be a very important part of your sense of identity, because I mentioned this earlier, there is an energy of completeness. Okay, there is an energy of, yeah, wholeness. See the symbol of the moon? The moon goes through stages of growth and decline. Some of you may feel like you might be struggling with your identity, or you might not feel like you're whole. And this person is going to play an important part of your identity because they're going to help you with it. They're going to become a very important part of your identity. They give off friendship energy. So look, this person is a best friend and a lover. This connection can begin as a friendship and then blossom into something romantic. There is a strong energy and a strong foundation. Okay, this is a very, it's a very loving, supportive relationship that's built on a strong foundation of trust and respect. There is, I'm picking up some water energy, Pisces and Cancer. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but I'm picking up Pisces, and Cancer is coming through as well. There is an emotional sensitivity to this person. So there could be an earth energy, but have placements in their natal chart, placements of water. I also feel like this person may stay up late at night, or I feel like they may be like a late night owl, so they like staying up at night, especially if they're an artist, and they like to get some of their artistic stuff done in the night. How you might meet is going to be a little bit different. I feel like there's some sort of gathering that I'm seeing. So for example, it could be like your favorite theater show, or there's something very artistic or even romantic about how you guys will meet. But it's like maybe your favorite restaurant or your favorite setting. You might go to, it could be some sort of event that you guys both show up. So some sort of similar passion. Sparks are definitely going to fly, because that's what I see when I look at the moon. The sun, rather. It's the sun that engulfs the moon. Yes, it is. Sparks are going to fly immediately. Okay? You will get butterflies in your stomach. You will. Because this is an instant connection, attraction. That's for some of you, not for all of you. For others of you, you may experience more of a gradual or a less intense connection with this person. You'll still experience it, but it just may not be as full on. It might not be as intense. Definitely a magnetic pull, a magnetic force. And this is, I've mentioned the strong attraction that you'll feel to this person. But I'm also picking up a very strong emotional connection. I'm also picking up that empathetic bonding. So what that is where you can sense and understand each other's feelings. Okay, so there's this experience of you feeling what the other person feels, or they feel what you feel. That's coming up very strongly. You're definitely going to feel very loved, very supported, very respected, admired, adored by this individual. Your wedding ceremony could take place outdoors, the actual ceremony, or the reception that I'm seeing here. It's going to be very intimate. I don't see this being like very over the top or very loud or very extravagant. I just feel like I do see like there may be a lot of people in attendance, but there's just something low key about this whole ceremony. For some, it just could be you, your person, and a select few of your close family and friends. For others, yes, there may be a lot more in attendance, but there's just something low key about the actual wedding, the ceremony here. And I'm seeing something take place outside, outdoors, in a garden, in a park, somewhere outdoorsy. What else? You could potentially end up going into business with each other later on. So starting your own company, starting your own business, an idea that you're going to start from the ground up, and you're going to build into a very successful company or very successful project or brand here. Okay, could be like a clothing line, or could be, I don't know, some sort of unique idea. If this is a female, I just want to point out that I see this female, like her dress sense, her style is, she might wear like really long maxi dresses, but they're very flowy. Like the skirts, the sleeves on her top. Like she likes really flowy clothes. They're very flowy, just very feminine, okay? Very strong feminine energy. Even if this person is masculine, they may still be in touch with their feminine side. They may still be in touch with their feminine energies. I do feel like this person has studied, is studying, and they've graduated, like got masters or a PhD. So I do see them having achieved higher learning, higher education. They could be like a teacher, or that they're teaching, they offer some classes or courses. Could be something that they do on the side. Could be you watching this, but I see that there's an aspect of studying, learning, or education. I'm seeing a dog. I'm seeing a dog, or even two, an aquarium. Like I feel like a fish tank, an aquarium, a rabbit. Okay, so you could end up living on a farm with this person. You could end up having lots of animals. I definitely see a rabbit. Follow the White Rabbit comes to mind. Alice in Wonderland. They may be a big fan. They may have a picture of a rabbit or like a quote from Alice in Wonderland, whether the original film, or whether the Tim Burton version. Yeah, I see that this person, they may already own a dog, or the two of you will end up buying a dog. Like you'll end up having, yeah, I see dogs. I see more than one. I see two. One is definitely going to be, like, they're going to be very different personalities. I feel like one is going to resemble a personality that's more closer to you, and the other is going to resemble a personality that's more closer to them. I do also see children. Okay, I do feel like you're going to end up having children with this person. Could be just one or two children. I don't see a big family, so one or two, but I do see kids in the cards. And I feel like pregnancy is going to come quite quickly after the marriage, if not before, or if not, around the same time. Alright, group 2, and I'll leave it at that. Thanks for your time, your attention, your energy. Bye for now. Okay, group number 3. The person that you're going to end up marrying is someone whom you're going to have a very strong connection. You're going to feel a very strong chemistry, a very strong physical attraction, emotional attraction to this person. It's very palpable. It's going to be a very palpable connection, and you will feel an immediate attraction towards this person. You will feel an immediate connection towards this person. This is someone who I feel like has already shown up in your life, okay? So it could be someone you are romantically involved with. It could be someone who has just recently shown up in your life. If this person has not yet shown up in your life, then I feel like this is someone who's about to show up in your life really quickly. So make sure that you do have, you hold space for this individual in your life. It could be an ex for some of you with the Three of Swords energy. This could be someone, it could be a past energy, someone who unfortunately has maybe hurt you, someone whom you're in a no contact, no communication period. Maybe you guys are separated. So yeah, it could be a former flame, okay? And even though some of the flames might be diminishing, there's still a spark that exists between the two of you, and that spark is powerful enough to reignite a massive fire between the both of you. But this is an individual this is a very exciting and thrilling connection, and it's an individual who's going to leave like that butterfly stomach in your feelings, someone who's going to leave you feeling very flustered. You're going to wonder whether you're the only one who's feeling this way. You're not, because the attraction that you feel, the magnetic pull, that chemistry, that unexplainable connection, that you'll feel when you're with this person. Like, I don't think you've ever felt it with anyone else before. Um, and yeah, you'll wonder if it's just you that's feeling this way. It's not. I feel like it's going to be mutual. You will feel it. It's going to be this, and that's how you know who this person is, because there's something very unexplainable about this connection. It's just that you will feel it from the very first second that you meet with this person. It's almost like magical. It's almost like, this has been destined by the supernatural to come into your life. You're going to feel very comfortable showing up as your true self, and this person is going to show up as their true self in your life. Um, you know how people don't always put their best foot forward in a relationship? Well, not right away, anyways. They try to impress each other, and try to filter themselves, I guess. When it comes to this person, I just feel like they're just going to be very comfortable being themselves around you, and so will you. You're going to be very comfortable being yourself. You don't feel like you have to filter yourself back. You don't feel like you have to put on a show, or it's just there's no need to impress them either. You don't feel like you need to lose your authenticity. Um, there's movement in the energies here, so to me it just feels like time is going to fly. You'll feel that time will fly very quickly when you're around this person, but there's also like a very physical kind of movement. So I feel like this is someone whom you potentially could meet whilst you're traveling, okay? Or maybe this person is someone who is traveling, and they could be like on a working or a student visa in your country. They could be living abroad, studying abroad, or it could be vice versa. It could be you. You could be traveling. Okay, could be for leisure, could be for work. You might be the one that is thinking about living abroad, studying abroad here. But it does feel like the two of you are going to meet. Either you're going to meet each other on your travels, and for a time you are going to be doing long distance with this person, okay? But it's only just for a phase. You'll figure things out in the long run, okay? So don't stress too much about that. It's also likely that this is someone who is from they come from a very different background to you. So they may have been born overseas, maybe born to parents overseas, maybe they've lived overseas. I feel like they've done a lot of traveling in the past, or they travel for work. They may also have like an international company that sort of has a wide reach, an international reach with their clientele. I do see travel though. I do see travel around this individual. Again, they may have lived in a few different countries at some point, or may even be born overseas. They could be foreign. They could be very foreign to like a different nationality and a very different culture to you. And it's going to be very exciting, because they're going to introduce you to their way of life, like their culture, their traditions, their music, their lifestyle, how they do things, or how they were brought up and how they were raised, and their traditions, whether cultural or whether religious. So that part is going to be very exciting, and vice versa. You're going to introduce them to how your upbringing, your childhood environment, any cultural or religious traditions that you uphold and honor. But I just feel like it's a nice, like, you guys are just going to mesh very well, again, almost immediately. You are going to be doing some traveling together as well. And I feel like you won't believe just how easy the two of you will get on with each other. You won't believe just how easy conversation will flow, and just how comfortable, okay, you will feel around this person. What's happened here, I feel like, is you're dialed into each other's frequency, and especially each other's emotional and mental frequency. Okay, so I feel like there's a strong connection. There's a really strong connection here between you and this individual, but that very strong connection is almost immediate, and it's because this person is very dialed in and very tuned into your energy, and vice versa. You're going to be learning. I did touch on this earlier, but you're going to be learning so much about each other. Where you came from, what you grew up with, your favorite foods, your favorite music, your culture. your environment, lifestyle, all of that. You're not going to be afraid to confide in them, okay? If you have, if you consider yourself a bit of a secretive person or a little bit self-contained or withdrawn, this person's going to make you feel very comfortable, just sort of loosening up and just confiding in them. Maybe not right away, but eventually, especially as time wears on, they're going to introduce you to parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed or you weren't necessarily familiar with. I feel like this is a very fun connection. I feel like this is very like a very unexplainable connection and a deep connection. But this is someone who's going to just, you're going to have fun with this person. Your energies play really well together. You're both in tune to each other's energies. You're just enjoying each other's company. And whether it's a day out, whether you go out to the beach for a fun day out or whether you stay at home, you're having fun wherever it is that you go. So a very fun, loving connection. You will learn. It's funny because I feel like this person is going to push you outside of your comfort zones, and I think you will learn a lot about yourself and the things that make you happy in life, or the things that you need to work on, like maybe some of your fears, maybe some emotional trauma that you might still carry with you. For those of you that I mentioned earlier, if this is a past energy and if you have separated with this person, okay, if you have a gut feeling as to who this may be that I'm talking about, because I do think that this person has shown up in your life for a lot of you. For others, they're about to show up in your life real quickly. But for those of you that, have had a relationship with this person and then there's been a separation, then you have to understand that the separation wasn't exactly yours or their fault. The separation happened because it's sort of like it gave you, the separation it's like a test. Okay, the universe removed this person from your life to see whether this indeed is worth pursuing, to see whether distance is going to have the two of you grow apart, or whether distance will in fact bring you closer together. I see that this person is really good at some of the things that excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I see that this person is good at some of the things that you're not. So for example, I feel like maybe you're not so good at puzzles, but they are. Or you might have like you may have a bit of a fear of flying, but they love it. They could be like an adrenaline junkie. So I just feel like, I'm seeing that there's a little bit of opposite energy, but I feel like as you'll spend more time with each other, you'll definitely begin to balance each other out. They've got a very youthful appearance. So even if they are older than you, I feel like they look young. They're coming across as someone who's very youthful in appearance. I feel like there is a bit of an age gap or a distance between you and this person. But you know what? Age is just a number, but I thought I'd just throw it out there. So don't be put off by that. But I feel like there's, a bit of an age gap. This person, or maybe either you're older or you're younger. They could have like a very youthful, playful kind of energy. Maybe that's what's coming up here. Someone who's very comfortable being in their own skin. I don't see any competitiveness. I don't see any jealousy towards each other. And I feel like when you first meet them, like this is going to be so intoxicating. Like this is the person that honestly, I feel like this is someone whom you've manifested into your life, and this is the person that you've always wanted to show up in your life. You just didn't think that they were real or that they existed. And as soon as you meet them, you won't be able to get them off your mind. You are just constantly going to be wrapped up in thoughts of them, lost in daydreams, just constantly looking forward to hearing from them, reaching for your phone, trying to organize the next time that you're going to be spending together. And it's a sign that, what you have is a very deep connection. you're going to become quite deeply involved in a very short period of time. You're going to become very deeply involved in each other's life. And I think that the connection is going to move quite quickly. Doesn't give me the impression that it's rushed or anything. It just feels like, and it's not like you guys are forcing your way through any of this. It just feels like it's very natural. And very early on, you'll see yourself committing to this person, okay? And they'll see themselves committing to you. And again, just want to go back to the Three of Swords energy. If this is someone who has broke your heart in the past, this could be someone that, from what I'm sensing, it could be someone who maybe you've had a relationship with maybe recently, or if not so recently, a long, long time ago. But you still feel, as do they still feel connected to you, and you feel connected to this person. And the thing is, I can see that you've been through some hard times together. You've been through some sort of breakup or some sort of emotional hardship together. And, nothing brings people closer together like adversity. So I feel like, whatever it is that caused the breakup is not necessarily a fault of yours or a fault of theirs. I just felt like it had to happen because the both of you had to go separate ways to do your own growing, to do your own evolving. I did mention that there's this, I'm getting time, right? Time is coming up. I'm keep getting time, the word time. So I don't know if you feel like, oh, it's about time you meet this person, or it's about time they show up in your life, or I don't know if you feel like you're going to be experiencing timelessness. So whenever you're with this person, like the world just falls away, and you're just going to be completely immersed in the present time. I feel like this one thing that's really sticking out to me is there's going to be an experience, like a moment where you're going to enjoy a beautiful sunset together. You'll find yourself really engrossed in conversation and just enjoying a beautiful sunset, or it could be a sunrise. And that is going to be, there's going to be something very, I mean, all sunsets and sunrises are beautiful, but there's just something so significant about this particular one. I do feel like you're going to have complementary qualities. So I feel like your strengths, your weaknesses, they're going to complement each other. You're going to be laughing a lot together. You are going to be, like, they'll crack you up. You'll really appreciate their sense of humor. And this person has a very warm energy about them, a very warm, positive, uplifting energy about them, where they always look at the bright side of things. Like, they always find the humor in things, the upside. Or you'll have this secret language where I think only the two of you truly understand. You might even have like keywords where you just mention it to each other and you both just burst into laughter. But I just feel like you guys are so in sync with each other. And that just highlights how connected you are, how much synergy this connection has. I'm also picking up the word home here. So you may feel like this person is home to you. You may feel like, just being with them or being in their presence is as comforting as being at home, regardless of where your physical location is. You may be doing some traveling, and they, like, when you meet this person, they'll remind you of back home, or you'll remind them of home. But you'll feel this ease. You'll feel this ease and you'll feel this comfort around this person. You might even experience a strong sense of familiarity with this individual. And I think that has something to do with the fact that this is someone who has, like, they tick a lot of your boxes. They have a lot of the traits and qualities and characteristics that you would like in a partner. It will also feel like this energy of familiarity also feels like you've experienced some moments or some experiences with this person before. And look, for some of you, that could be explained away because you've had you've dated this person, you've been in a relationship with this person, you've been connected with this person before. For others, like for example, you might visit a complete new place with this person. Okay, it could be a new country, or it just could be a new place, location that you end up visiting. But you'll somehow get this feeling like you've been there before. Okay. Traveling is really, I see that you're going to be doing a lot of traveling with this person. I think it's really going to bring the two of you closer together. It's really going to contribute to this bond between the two of you. I feel like you have similar goals. So look, maybe the both of you want to travel the world, or you have a bucket list of things that you want to get through, and it's very similar, if not exactly identical, but very similar. I think you're drawn towards like similar life goals, similar passions, similar objectives. An unusual, unexplainable connection. You might even find it really hard to explain it to your family or friends, just how strongly you feel for them. You might even find it really hard to explain to yourself what is it that you're feeling, because it'll be new, it'll be exciting, it'll be unfamiliar. And I think for a lot of you, you've had your heart broken in the past, and you don't necessarily want to go back here, right? And I think you're going to question, okay? You're going to question whether this person is going to break your heart. So you're going to be a little bit scared about acting on your feelings, because you don't want it to be one-sided. But it's not. This is going to be a little overwhelming. And overwhelming because it is that intense, okay? That connection, that chemistry, that connection, that attraction, it's very, very intense. Also because it's going to be eerie just how much this person resembles a dream partner that you've always wanted to attract in your life. And speaking of attraction, that's exactly, what's happening here, or what's happened here. If it's already happened, the two of you have manifested each other. The two of you have attracted each other. Because remember, whatever you're seeking is seeking you. I feel like this person could be they could come from a place where they may have been born overseas, or come from a place where it's really, it gets really hot, because I feel like they could have tanned olive skin, or they really tan, they tan quickly. Their dress sense is very casual, they'd like to dress up when they, head out for a night out, but other than that, I feel like it's very casual, it's very low key, it's comfortable. They like comfort. I feel like they may even have a huge sneakers collection. Huge sneakers collection is what I'm seeing. This is someone whom you could potentially meet online. Okay, so if you're not necessarily traveling, you could meet this person on a dating app. You could meet this person on social media. Okay, they may reach out to you. You may reach out to them, but you'll get almost like an instant reply, an instant response. It could be someone that you're spying on right now on social media, someone that you've had your eye on, or maybe this is someone who's had their eye on you. But again, the energies feel so mutual. It just feels like you're on the same page, on the same wavelength here. What else? I'm also picking up Disneyland or some sort of theme park attraction. So I don't know if that's going to be your first date, or I don't know if that's going to be a really memorable date, but I'm getting Disneyland or theme park attraction. It might even be where some of you end up meeting, or it might end up being your favorite, date. They've got a very This person I feel like is very athletic. They've got a very athletic build, but they're coming across as lean, but someone who really likes to work out. They're very like quick. It's a very quick moving energy. I feel like this person isn't someone who likes to sit around. I just feel like this person is a little bit restless. That's the word, just restless, just constantly on the go. They're, doing things, traveling, checking out new experiences. And I feel like this is someone who makes friends very quickly and easily. I just feel like this is because of that warm, open energy. There's a warmth and an openness to this person. Of course, fire energy is coming in very strongly, but I feel like that's also an indication of just how passionate and just how strong the chemistry is going to be between the both of you. But not only that, because of the sprouting wands, like it may begin as just a physical attraction, but it will for sure, okay, grow and develop into something very deep. It'll blossom, because what might begin as just a physical attraction or something casual will then evolve into so much more, because there's room for that connection to be so much more than just that. They have a bit of a competitive, like they may have played sports competitively in the past, or they may compete on like an international level. They may represent their country, but I do feel like there's something very sporty about their energy, something very athletic about their energy. They could also have had, I just feel like there's trophies or awards that I'm seeing around this person. So they may have, they could also be quite artistic, and they may have won some awards or some praises or some recognition certificates for whatever it is that they've put up on display, or they've put to be judged here. They do, you know what, they just enjoy life. They enjoy life's experiences. They enjoy meeting new people. They enjoy exploring. They love traveling. I feel like this person could be working online though. I feel like they may have, and I think I mentioned this before, so it could be like an international company with international clients. I just feel like this person could have an online business, could work from home, could have like a laptop lifestyle, that kind of energy. Alright guys, and this is your reading. Thank you guys so much for your time, your energy, and your attention. I'm going to leave it at that. Bye for now.